Idaho Court Watch. We are doing this. It's official. This video is going to be pretty short but informational, kind of explaining what the process is, what we've done so far, and what we've got coming. Idaho Court Watch is
empowering voters, strengthening judicial credibility, and building trust.
Basically, the goal is to provide accountability to the judges. We are starting this in North Idaho and hopefully spread it across the state and maybe other states. We're going to provide accountability and be a conduit of information to the public so you guys can make informed decisions at the voter booth, because there are some wonderful judges in this state, but there are also some that may not be. And it's important because that is the first line of defense when it comes to crime in the public and maintaining the way of life that we have. This was born out of our desire or our frustration at the voter box when, a judge name pops on there that's up for re-election and you cannot find information about that judge. You can Google it and you still won't find information about that judge. So it's hard to make an informed decision as a voter in Idaho and apparently all other states. We are not the first ones to do this. There are some great programs across the country. Utah has an excellent Judicial Watch program going on. So we certainly didn't invent it, but it's important that we have it here, and there's currently not one that we know of in existence.
If you've ever met me at all or listened to any of these, you know that I'm pretty passionate about our local law enforcement here and what separates Idaho from other states. And part of that is accountability. I think accountability is an important function of any community. And I believe that at a criminal level, at a civil level, and absolutely at a judicial level. As a cop, we're held accountable. You've got lanes that you need to stay in. I think it's important in a lot of different professions, but it's exponentially more important with our judges. That's consistent applications of Idaho statutes and laws is huge. And I absolutely believe that a natural progression, if gone completely unchecked, if you're in a position like that and you start to lose perspective on what's going on in the community, you can end up with some pretty radical decisions and whatever your original altruistic intentions were. Sometimes you kind of lose touch with that. I've seen it in courtrooms.
Yeah.
I've seen it in decisions. And right now there's a lot of people out there, and we're posting results and sentencing decisions of some local cases, which I think is great, but it doesn't paint the entire picture. So the challenge was how do we capture some of that data and get it to the voters so they can make an informed vote? And it does turn out that there are some other states that have pretty cool programs, but we need to get access to data from court reporters and bailiffs and prosecutors and defense attorneys and maybe even other judges, but cops, probation, misdemeanor probation, jurors, so we can start to set a precedent and capture enough data to make it legitimate.
And it's not just family court, right? We're talking about, it's not just criminal court. We're talking about family court as well, civil court.
Yeah.
There's a lot more out there than just criminal cases that is a reflection on the community, and it's important to get all of that information.
Yeah.
We have the nonprofit started. It is not a part of our business, which is North Idaho Experience. It is separate. We are board members, but we have other board members as well. This will be nonpartisan. It will be factual based. The plan is to send out surveys to all of those people you just spoke about and gather the information that way. And future plans involving having volunteers sit in courtrooms and monitor court cases so that they can bring that information back. It'll all be put onto a website, and the judges will be there'll be a rating system for the judges. We're not approving or disapproving judges. We are just providing the information so you guys can make your own decisions.
Yeah, and it'll be simple. It'll just be 5 categories captured on the website. So if one's up for re-election, because here's what we run into. You ran into this because I chewed you out when we were talking about the Court Watch. But a lot of people come here and they're like, oh, Idaho's ranked. It's the safest state in the country.
Right.
They must be doing a really good job. So then you go in, should I retain this judge? Well, Idaho's got a low crime rate. It must be going really, really well. Check. Yeah, retain. Right now, it's really, really tough because when it gets into a district judge and they can run against them, it's really hard to find anybody that will run against them, even if it would benefit the community to, maybe have that judge have some competition. Let me say that. Right now, best data we can get when we had the prosecutor on, the elected prosecutor on, he said we haven't had an incumbent judge removed in 25 years. The goal of this is not to remove incumbent judges. The goal of this is just to get enough data out that people can make an educated decision when they get to the voting booth.
That is it.
And how can you do that? There's nowhere to find it. kcgov.us doesn't do it. You can't even look up patterns, right? And that's the big part. What you're trying to identify is patterns. So it's super simple. There's 5 categories. It's going to show a median score of where all the judges ranked, and then whether they were above or below. We aren't going to tell you what to do, right? We just want, and everything is going to be extremely transparent. How we gather our data, where that goes. At some point, there will be a little bit of light fundraising. We're working with some groups, and man, we've got a lot of positive traction on this. A lot of you guys have brought up, hey, what can we do? Because we have an election coming up, and it's not going to be here for that one. But the goal is to have it ready for the next one.
Yes. So we're putting all the pieces in place right now. Like I said, the board has been formed. The LLC has been formed. The nonprofit has been formed. We're working on a way for people to be able to donate money directly to it. None of that money goes anywhere else but to fund it. And like Eric said, it will be very transparent. We do have an event coming up, Idaho Gives. We're going to be at McEuen Park for that, right?
Yep.
That'll be April 25th, and that's their spring dash and kickoff. So Eric and I will be down there manning a booth, able to provide more information if you guys are in the area. And hopefully we'll have a way to donate at that point. So if you guys come and want to donate some money to this, we will get it rolling. But startup costs are not super expensive. We've had people in the community reach out that are wanting to donate time or at least do things at a reduced cost to help us build the technical infrastructure to do this. It's going to involve a lot of AI and ways to gather that information and put it onto a single source where you guys can get it. Website
to make that data digestible instead of FOIA requests where you're combing through just pages and pages and pages. Again, goal here, we talk about this community. Preventative maintenance is a lot less expensive than corrective maintenance. I love where we live. It's not perfect, right? As a community, we need engaged and active citizens, and a lot of you guys have a hunger for this. You've come to us. We're all for it. If you guys have ideas for this on how we can better disseminate the information, feel free to reach out. This is a community organization, right?
100%.
Like you and I started off with a passion project, and maybe I rage-fested on a couple of judges once or twice. But truly, we're all really excited about this. I think this can go a long way within our community, and we want our community engaged with it. You and I have talked about it. If this thing goes the way and other people can grab it and roll,
please do.
Absolutely. If the state grabs it and realizes it's beneficial, this would be the first one in the state that we're aware of. Right? It's wild. I think attorneys tried to do something similar to this, but they're very restricted by the bar and what they can say about judges. We're not, right?
Our First Amendment rights are strong and kicking.
Yes. So we want to get that information out to you guys as best we can. I like to be an informed voter when I go there. I don't like it when I see something on a ballot. And then I try to go back after the fact to find out what it's all about, and I can't find anything.
There will be a place for volunteers. I know a lot of people have reached out wanting to help out. We will get that going. It's obviously things just take time. We're very busy in our day jobs. But that will be an option in the future. We look forward to, especially people with prior law enforcement backgrounds that want to go sit in court and monitor things. That's fantastic. You don't even have to have that. If you're just interested and want to take part in the community, we will welcome you. We will get that information out at some point. This podcast will be a conduit of that information. We will try to keep our personal biases out of it while we're delivering it. But we'll use that as a conduit. The organization will be completely separate from this business.
That's why it's so judges, man. That moves beyond R's and D's.
Yes.
That stuff as a community, you're looking at, judicial knowledge and consistency and some character traits that I think we could all value in a judge.
It is really hard to affect any change at the federal level, but we can change things at the local level. And that's what we need to focus on with things like this. Changing our community for the better. Be
a good shining example to other communities, and if it provides some benefit, we're all for it. So we will be asking for more help in the future as we continue to grow this thing. And again, if we do fundraising, we're doing our damnedest to keep it light, right, and very transparent for what it is. Setting up that initial technological infrastructure is the initial expense.
There you go, folks. If that's of interest, you have questions, just shoot us an email. We'd love to get connected, and we'll start compiling lists of people who want to volunteer. And come see us at Idaho Gives, April 25th, McEuen Park, downtown Coeur. Eric and I will have a booth there if you want to just shoot the shit for a minute and have any questions. That'd be a good time to hit us up.
IdahoCourtWatch.org is where you're going to find the landing page. No surveys, data back yet, so it's going to take some time to get it, but definitely think it'll be a benefit.
All right. Thank you.
Later, guys.